Video games are more than just pixels and polygons. They're portals to other worlds, our escape from reality, and sometimes the reason you forget to eat dinner for 3 days straight. This year I've been on a digital odyssey, from outer space to wizarding schools to the peaceful chaos of farming. And after countless hours of late nights and questionable snack choices, I've narrowed it all down. Because this week, I thought about the best games I played this year and why you should too. But before we dive into this digital buffet of greatness, a quick disclaimer. This is not an objective list. It's not the greatest games ever made proven by 10 scientists in lab coats with a rat. No, this is personal. Just the games I played the most this year and couldn't stop thinking about. Some came out years ago, some of them are new, but all of them certified bangers. But one game that was a fresh release this year was Little Kitty, Big City. This little indie game captured my heart almost immediately. It's a game where you play as a cat in a bustling city, causing chaos and just being overall adorable. It's like Untitled Goose Game, but with whiskers and zero respect for public property. You knock things over, make friends, and just vibe in the cutest way possible. Honestly, it's the most fun I've had committing small-scale felonies since Grand Theft Auto Online. I even liked it so much that I got a real-life version of the main character. And if that doesn't sound like Game of the Year material, I don't know what does. This game is the perfect amount of playtime, with some extra rewards for taking time to explore every little nook and cranny, kind of like Guild Wars 2. Because you know what they say, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And in Guild Wars 2, that journey involves fighting dragons, exploring breathtaking landscapes, and occasionally getting annihilated because you thought you could solo a world boss. Spoiler alert, you can't. It came out a long time ago, but what makes Guild Wars 2 stand out is it's not just another MMO grindfest. The game actually respects your time, which is wild considering it's an MMORPG. There's no subscription fees, just the expansions if you want to have a little more. And it's a living world where the world actually feels alive. And the mounts aren't just faster, they have parkour moves. That's right, parkour mounts. My raptor can jump higher than I can emotionally process most social interactions. The only downside is the community is so nice, I sometimes feel like a villain for not rezzing someone mid-battle. Like, sorry, but my cooldowns are busy saving my own butt, Sharon. But if you're looking for an MMO where you can be a hero, a fashionista, or occasionally a parkour enthusiast, Guild Wars 2 is still killing it in 2024, which says something, because RPGs can typically suffer from the test of time, but not all of them do, like Borderlands 3. You ever played a game that feels like it drank 6 Red Bulls, followed it up with a Mountain Dew chaser, and said, "What's next?" That's Borderlands 3. It's loud, chaotic, and somehow convinced me that the peak of modern entertainment are guns with legs. Now, is the humor hit or miss and the story lacking compared to its predecessor? Sure, but when it hits, it feels like you're landing a critical headshot. And when it misses, well, at least you're too busy fighting a psycho tank with a flamethrower to give a shit. The gameplay is as smooth as butter on a hot pancake. The gunplay is just mwah. You'll spend 30 minutes in your inventory trying to decide if your new rocket launcher is better than your old one because this one plays dubstep. And let's not forget the co-op. Playing with friends is peak chaos. Because nothing says teamwork like stealing the legendary loot from your buddy and then claiming that finders keeper losers should have looted faster. It's colorful, it's ridiculous, and it's the perfect game when you just need to blow stuff up and laugh at the absurdity of it all. There's something special about playing a game where you can just shut off your brain and enjoy the ride. But sometimes you want to get more invested and really get lost in the magic, like in Hogwarts Legacy. The game that finally answered the question, what if you could live out your dreams of going to a school where life and death situations are just part of the syllabus? First off, let's address the elephant in the room. J.K. Rowling is a transphobic old geezer whose idea of being accepting is post-writing claiming her characters are gay. But for the sake of the wizarding world, I'm gonna separate the art from the artist. Is it basically a wizard Skyrim? Yes. Am I mad about it? No. You get a wand, you get spells, and you get the absolute joy of using Levioso on a goblin and watching him float around like a poorly programmed NPC. But the real magic is customizing your character to live your best wizarding life. Want to be the next Dumbledore? Go for it. Want to be a dark wizard who loots every chest and uses Avada Kedavra at every possible second? That's between you and your morality, or lack thereof. And don't even get me started on flying around on a broom. It's like Mario Kart meets Quidditch, except I'm still terrible at both. But what sealed it for me is exploring every inch of the castle and realizing this game is essentially just a love letter to the fans. The common rooms, the secrets, the way you can almost hear the castle whispering, yeah, I know you wish this was real. It's immersive, it's beautiful, and it's the only game where I've ever said, hold on, let me admire this staircase. Which is odd because most of the time in games, staircases are just something you dive down at towards the ops, like in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. A game so chaotic it makes Michael Bay movies look like a documentary. First off, it's classic Call of Duty. You're dropped into a firefight with a gun that looks like it was designed by an elite team of engineers whose only goal was to make it ooze cool. And the campaign is the best they've had in years. It's a roller coaster of plot twists, conspiracies, explosions, and that one moment where your character randomly takes off their sunglasses for no goddamn reason. But the multiplayer is where this game shines, or blinds you with rage more likely. Imagine a 12-year-old sniping you from across the map, all while screaming insults that you didn't even know were words. It's a rite of passage. And the zombies mode, oh, they're back, baby. This time with more maps, more Easter eggs, and more moments where your squad absolutely falls apart because someone, let's call them Octave, decided to open a door too early. But what makes Black Ops 6 so special though? I mean, it's the nostalgia. It's like a greatest hits album of all the things we loved about the previous games wrapped up into one brand new shiny package, all while being super rage-inducing. The battle pass is also there, reminding me that no matter how much I play the game, there's always a kid with their dad's credit card and a better skin than me. Sue me, I prefer to customize my character than buy a pre-made skin of something that looks like it belongs in a cosplay contest. But hey, I'm a traditionalist. I'm still open to the future though, like in Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, listen, we've already talked about this masterpiece once, but it deserves another moment in the sun. After all, this is the game that pulled the ultimate glow up. It's the Cinderella story of gaming, except instead of having a pumpkin carriage, it had a disastrous launch. Instead of a fairy godmother, it had CD Projekt Red saying, wait, we can fix this. By the time I played it in 2024, it wasn't just good, it was life-changing. Night City became my second home, which is impressive because my first home still has laundry I haven't folded in months. And Phantom Liberty, oh my god. Adding Idris Elba to the mix was like adding bacon to an already perfect burger. It's a spy thriller with all the twists, betrayals, and explosions you could want. It's like Mission Impossible and Blade Runner met and they had a very stylish neon-drenched baby. And it's not just the story, it's the small details, the random conversations you hear, the way the city feels alive, and the way I accidentally spent over an hour customizing my character's nail polish. Cyberpunk isn't just a game, it's an experience. Sure, it has some bugs, but if you've ever played a Bethesda game, let's be honest, you've trained for this. With all this high-octane action, sometimes you don't want to be the star. Dew Valley. Yes, the ultimate farming sim / life escape. Stardew Valley is less of a game and more of a therapeutic retreat disguised as pixel art. And in 2024, this game once again stole my time, my heart, and at least 3 crops I planted way too late at the end of the season. You start with a sad, overgrown farm, but by the end, you're running the hottest agricultural empire anyone's ever seen. Move over, Bezos, I got blueberries to sell. And let's talk about the townsfolk. I mean, these NPCs are more emotionally complex than most AAA game NPCs. Abigail's out here eating rock quartz like it's a snack, and I'm wondering if I should bring her a therapist or a rock collection. But the real beauty of Stardew Valley is its pace. Whether you're fishing by the river, flirting with the entire town because you can, or accidentally blowing up your crops with a bomb, don't ask, every moment feels cozy and earned. And let's not forget about the multiplayer mode. Nothing bonded me and my girlfriend faster this year than talking about who forgot to water the crops or who took the last leak because George wants another one, the little freak. Stardew Valley isn't just a game. It's a lifestyle, it's a farming utopia, and it's my happy place until Pierre scams me with overpriced seeds again. But still, he doesn't ask for the magic 3 numbers on the back of my credit card like in Wizard 101. The game where I became a level 90 pyromancer, my bank account became a level 90 overdraft sorcerer, and my friends started questioning why I started shouting, "Sap the crumpets and ride the thunder," in public. This game is the definition of nostalgia fueled by sheer determination. And let's be honest, some questionable financial decisions. It's like Harry Potter meets Magic the Gathering if both are trying to aggressively sell you premium crowns. The spiral is massive. You're not just a wizard, you're a wizard with student loans. Except instead of degrees, you're grinding to get armor that makes you look like a glorified porcupine. And who can forget the combat? It's not just turn-based, it's card-based. Think Yu-Gi-Oh! With a sprinkle of magical RNG to keep your blood pressure high enough to require an extra trip to the doctor this year. The storyline is surprisingly epic, and Malastare is a wonderfully tragic villain whose entire plan is casually destroyed by you holding a glorified deck of Pokemon cards. And the community is the true highlight. One second you're trading treasure cards in the commons, the next second you're at a house party that's next to a hot tub. 2024 reminded me why I'll always love this game. It's whimsical, it's addicting, it's single-handedly keeping my inner child alive and my adult wallet weeping. But what can I say? I'm a sucker for a silly little guy, which makes sense since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was a game that single-handedly made me lose sleep, lose battles, and lose my cool when my shiny hunt hit 40 hours. Just want a Trico, man. Scarlet and Violet, they took the tried and true Pokemon formula and said, what if open world? And let me tell you, it worked. Sure, it had its own issues with frame rates dropping lower than my IQ, but when it hit, it hit. The Paldea region is massive. You can go anywhere, do anything, and catch everything. Want to hunt for the legendary Pokemon when your starter's level 5? Go ahead. Accidentally stumble into a gym where the leader's level 60? That's on you, buddy. And the story caught me off guard. It has its charm between the quirky gym leaders and the finale that's surprisingly heartfelt. It's wild, it's fun, and it's peak Pokemon in the best way possible. Scarlet and Violet proved that in 2024, even after 25 years, catching them all is still just as satisfying as it was on a pixelated Game Boy screen. Now, before I crown my champion of the year, let's give a round of applause, a polite golf clap for the honorable mentions. These are the games that didn't quite make my top 10, but still deserve a shout out for being legendary or just stubbornly refusing to die. First is Titanfall 2, the game that reminded me that time is stupid and so are my attempts at wall running. Did it release in 2024? Nope. Did it even try to? Fuck no. But every time I boot it up, I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I want a giant mech for Christmas. The campaign is perfect. Time travel, heartbreak, and a robot bestie who does not deserve us. In the multiplayer, you either get outplayed by someone named Big Mech Energy, or spend the match flinging yourself across the map like Spider-Man with a gun injecting pure dopamine into your veins with a data knife. And then there's Team Fortress 2. How is this game still alive? Seriously, has anyone checked for a pulse? It's like Weekend at Bernie's, except instead of dragging around a corpse, the modders and diehard fans are giving CPR to the servers like no one's business. And it's thriving. Hats? Check. Chaos? Double check. A server where everyone agrees to stop fighting and just do a conga line around the map? Triple check. Even in 2024, this game delivers the pure adrenaline and chaos that it gave way back when it first released. And honestly, the community deserves some kind of lifetime achievement award, or at least a big group hug. Now, these games might not have cracked the top 10, but they're still in my Hall of Fame. Now for number 1, the GOAT of this year, Delta Force. Some games are good, some games are great, some games are Delta Force. This game didn't just walk into 2024 or break down the door. No, it blew it off the hinges, stole the show, and left me wondering how my eyebrows got singed. Let's talk about the multiplayer because that's where the game really flexes. It's the perfect mix of hardcore tactics and utter nonsense. One minute you're coordinating with your squad like you're in a Netflix war documentary. The next minute, some dude named Yeetmaster69 is driving an armored truck into a choke point and blocking the whole way for everyone. The gunplay, smooth as my brain. The map's huge, beautiful. I mean, they're so big and detailed, you'll get lost looking for where you got lost. And the vehicles, I've never seen a helicopter double as a lawnmower, but there's a first for everything. It's a game where every moment feels like a blend of brilliance and a what the fuck just happened. The real MVP is the community. It feels like a chaotic family reunion where half the cousins are trying to help you out, and the other half of the uncles that are just way too drunk and just throwing grenades for the fuck of it. It's the closest thing we have to bottling that old school Battlefield magic into a modern day experience, and taking that experience and injecting it straight into 2024's veins. So yeah, if you're wondering what game I'll probably be playing in 2025, it's this one. And if you haven't joined in the madness yet, the game just entered open beta, so what are you waiting for? Come on and play. And that's the list, from adorable kitty chaos to tactical military brilliance. These are the games that made my 2024 unforgettable. Some are new and some are still confusing me in the best way possible, but either way, I am Zen, aka ZenMiso. Thank you all for being here. Holy shit, we did it. The end of the year, we made it. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever the heck you happen to celebrate, I wish you well. I am so grateful and absolutely humbled by the amount of amazing support I've gotten this year, from the fact that there's anybody even watching these silly little videos I make. I'm so grateful to all of you, and I'm looking forward very much to bringing this channel into the new year and releasing some brand new amazing content for you guys to watch, as well as restarting streaming on Twitch. So if you want to go give me a follow over there, I'm shameless plugging, and I am not shame at all. Behind me on the screen are some names of people that really helped me out this year. If your name isn't on there and you feel like you helped me out, you probably did. I am just tired, and I guarantee you that I'm editing this at 3 in the morning and I want to do none more. But seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to seeing you all in the new year. I'm gonna be taking a week off next week to give myself some time to rest and recuperate, and then we'll be back swinging in the new year. Take care, everyone.